Hey guys, it's Olivia from Honey. Okay, I'm the first to admit that I'm obsessed with makeup, but I'm still on a budget, so here's an anti-haul. Sis, I am so ready to do this anti-haul right now. If you couldn't tell by my last video, your girl's fixing to purchase some things and I'm trying to quell that. I'm trying to take that goblin and just stuff it back into my pancreas. Gentle and start your engines, and may the best woman not buy any more makeup. If you've watched any of my videos before, you might know that I have a particularly soft spot right here for lipsticks. I love lipsticks, I love lip glosses, I'm a lip product enthusiast. And so, two brands recently have done something that has really tugged at my heartstrings, where they've released massive bullet lipstick collections that have a huge color range at a really reasonable price. Those two brands, if you haven't already guessed, are the Sephora Collection and Colourpop. The Sephora Collection's Lip Stories collection has been out for I think a couple of weeks at this point. The two biggest selling points of this lipstick, which is that they're incredibly inexpensive and they've got this cute little photogenic Instagram worthy packaging. It's like designed to make you want to buy many of these. If I wasn't cruelty free or trying to go cruelty free, I would have already bought 4 of them probably. I haven't let myself actually look at the shade range because like I know myself, I'm very susceptible to weakness. That's gonna be a true once you pop, you don't stop situation. Colourpop's Lux Lipsticks, on the other hand, are, I feel like, personally designed to ruin me. They're $7. The shade range is lovely. I'm looking at it right now off screen, seeing some berry tones. I need to be smart about this. I know I literally just talked in my last video about how many bite lipsticks I want, but that's different because I can't even improv a joke about how that's different. I'm literally just a weak hypocrite. Anyway, moving on. Oh my God. I don't think any of that was coherent. I'm sorry, I just ate like a lot of linguinis. I'm like wired right now. This next one goes without saying. Becca, I just got one question for you. What are those? It's 2018. And I just pulled a Jake Paul. I would unsubscribe now if I were you. I want to talk about the highlighter palette and the eyeshadow palette from Becca's upcoming, or not upcoming, it's available now to my knowledge, Ocean Jewels collection. I talked about the lip gloss and how my goblin heart wants it more than anything in my last video. Now I want to talk about the things in this I don't want. This eyeshadow palette. I think that it is not cute. And that's just my personal opinion. I don't have a logical reason why other people shouldn't buy this. I love the idea of the packaging, the outer packaging especially. It's got like a shell, it's a circle. It's like, oh, it's not a pearl, it's eyeshadow, but you'll look as pretty as a pearl when you wear it. It's cute. The highlighter palette, though, I actually have a point to make about. So the big selling point for this palette seems to be that it's like a departure color-wise for Becca, and you can tell that it is. You've got your pink, you've got your green, you've got your blue, you've got your kind of corally rosy color, and you've got like a more standard gold. All right, I first heard about this watching a video from Liv Loves Her Makeup, and she's everything, I love her. And my first thought upon seeing it was, golly gee, this looks so much like Wet n Wild's highlighting palette from what I feel like mid last year. The difference is obviously that Wet n Wild's is a quad and Becca's is a quint. You got your light pink, you got a slightly more high impact pink, you got your green, you got your blue. If you own a gold highlighter already, you would just get the Wet n Wild one and you've got all those colors. Really, the purpose of bringing this up is for people who would like to foray into more wild colored highlighters and see this Becca palette because it's, you know, a high profile release, and they're like, oh, maybe I'll get that to add some colors. I think it makes more sense to get something inexpensive like Wet n Wild. If you want to buy this palette because you want to explore, go for Wet n Wild. If you're looking at this palette because you love Becca's highlighters, get the palette. That's what I'm saying. I've got 2 things left. One of them is a type of makeup purchasing environment that I think I need to work harder to avoid. And that is Nordstrom Rack or Marshalls or TJ Maxx or anywhere that's gonna take high-end makeup and sell it for discounted prices. It's always dangerous for me. Like, oh sis. Like I walk into Nordstrom Rack and there's like 8 NYX lipsticks that are like, come buy us, we're on clearance for $2.49. It won't even hurt your pocket if you buy 18 of us. And I look over here and the wall of Ardell lashes are like, don't you want to glue us onto your face even though you hate wearing lashes? And then that little bowl of MAC products is like, we're mysterious because you've never tried anything from MAC. Don't you want to buy 7 of us? It's like a really high pressure environment for me, and I need to avoid it. A post from some makeup account it was probably Trend Mood. You know, we have a history. Where somebody spotted a display full of discounted Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kits and Anastasia Beverly Hills Aurora palettes. And when I saw this post, you know what my first little instinct was? I could feel like the hairs on the back of my neck rise. And I thought to myself, oh, a discounted $24 for an Aurora palette? Wow, that's like such a good deal. You know, that twitching means that the goblin is coming out of my pancreas and just like taking me over and being like, it's a palette you've never before expressed a desire to buy, but it's discounted. Get it! Like, never in my life have I even considered buying the Aurora palette. I've never wanted it. And then the day that I find out that it's $24, which is still expensive for makeup for me, I'm like, oh, I gotta get to Marshall's right now. I'll buy a car so I can get there faster. That's bad. Too Faced. You know I had to do it to you. I am anti-hauling everything in the Too Faced Life is a Festival collection. There's a lot to unpack here. I have kind of something to say about the way that Too Faced release products that I don't understand. Basically, the issue that Too Faced has, or specifically the issue that Jared Blandino has, because it's usually his Instagram that this happens on, is they will tease things months and months and months in advance of release in order to build up hype, which makes sense. A lot of brands do that. What happens at Too Faced, because of anti-hauls, they're such a popular brand anti-haul because they have such, you know, quirky releases, that whatever they release or whatever they tease will just get put immediately in like 8 different anti-hauls and get reamed and just like roasted and dragged and shredded for months up until its release, and then it does release and then it doesn't do as well as it could have. And I feel like I've seen this happen with a lot of products. It happened with the Candy Johnson collection. That made me sad, which is wild because Candy Johnson is like an elder statesman of the YouTube beauty community. You would think that her collection with a high profile brand like Too Faced would be like inescapable, but like it wasn't. It happened with the Clover palette. I found myself thinking the other day like, oh, did that palette ever actually release? I literally did not hear a single soul talk about it. And I know people overuse literally. I watch a lot of YouTube. Nobody was talking about it. And it did release. It's on Too Faced website right now. And according to Instagram and Too Faced account, it did do well. Maybe just not on YouTube. I don't know. It happened with the Glow Job mask. I anti-hauled that. I'm part of the problem. It's always Too Faced, you know? It's like they'll tease something months in advance and everyone's like, oh great, time to destroy this for months. It's wild. Anyway, time to destroy this collection. This is not about, oh, I don't think adults should be unicorns. I'm tired of all the unicorn, angel, sparkly mermaid nonsense. Listen, the world is on fire. If you wanna be a unicorn, sis, call up Dr. Miami and talk about getting a horn skin grafted onto your face. Honestly, live your dreams. Nothing makes sense. It's not about that. In addition to the gripes I'm gonna get into about individual products, oh wow, a giant collection from Too Faced. Groundbreaking. Everyone's Goblin is just like, collection? Like, because, you know, people's makeup goblins love buying a whole bunch of stuff that looks the same. If it's got similar packaging, we have to get it. Like, that's how it goes. Let's talk about this brush. It's got teddy bear hair? What? So it's a synthetic brush. Sis, this is a $34 brush. The rainbow highlighter. Girl, it's 2018. People were dragging Maybelline last year for the fairy highlighter they released, and that was already like a year and a half too late to join the rainbow highlighter parade. I don't really have much of an issue with the eyeshadow palette, actually. The packaging's a little bit bulky. It reminds me a little bit of Saucebox palettes, but it's cute. The colors are fine, you know. If anything in this collection could have just been released by itself, I think this could have been the thing that was a standalone release. I don't actually have a problem with everything in this collection. I do think some of the things are rather cute. I think the Magic Crystal lip toppers and the new shades of the La Creme formula that go with the mermaid tears, fairy tears, and angel tears are kind of adorable, actually. What mystical deity is sobbing on your face? I think that's cute. I think it's a little bit very endearing. Also, the unicorn horn highlighting sticks I think are also kind of cute. Really, the thing in this that makes me the most confused is the bronzer. All right, this thing gives me baby migraines. This is a bronzer, a sparkly bronzer, so it's got some gold in it. And inside of it is a white unicorn. In this bronzer is a white unicorn. Sis. What? Who that wants to use a shimmery bronzer wants an influx of white powder, of white sparkle powder, in the middle of it. This is such a baffling product to me. I don't understand who wants to pay $30 for this unique blend of 2 shades. Bronzers that have a blend of multiple shades are fine. This is white. This is white, mother. It's not a unique what? I like don't even have jokes. I just don't get it. Like, I'm just confused. I've been thinking about that bronzer for like the past couple of days at random moments too. I'll be in line at CVS buying quinoa puffs and I'll think to myself all of a sudden, I'll get like a brain blast, but in a negative way. And I'm like, who wants like white shimmer in their bronzer? It's really been messing up my life in a tangible way. I'm thinking of suing Too Faced, actually. We did it, kids. We made it through another anti-haul. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for watching. Listen, sis, before you leave, I need you to do a little bit of a favor for me. If you could go ahead and have an amazing day for me, that would be spectacular. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.